Hello there. Welcome to Ekpeye TV Online, your number one TV channel that covers news, sports, Ekpeye culture, public opinion, entertainment tips, and many more. Stay tuned.
I commend the erudite rendition of this paper by my brother, P.H.D. of Onitsha. Your paper is so incisive, so detailed, and like my colleague, the Amenable of Abonema said, you touched virtually everything that needed to be said. But let me just add that in looking at the pre-colonial system, one of the factors that played out during pre-colonial system is equally playing out today in Nigeria. That was the fact that the colonialists came to Africa for business, commercial purposes, as you rightly indicated in the paper. And because there was resistance by the kings at that time, most of them were arrested, dethroned, and sent out of their domain. And a typical example of one of them is the great-grandfather of the person we are celebrating today, King Jaja. They brought in bullets to suppress the traditional rulers, and when that could not work, they brought in the Bible. That was the 3 B's: business, bullets, and the Bible. The essence of what they had intended to achieve was to have direct access to the people. The colonialists never needed intermediaries. They wanted direct access to their source of business. And if we observe what is happening in today, Nigeria, traditional rulers are having a lot of heat in their domains because politicians want direct access with the people. The intermediary, that is the traditional ruler that normally serves as a buffer, is creating a lot of problems, perceived problems to some politicians who don't understand the institution. And so we have a responsibility as an institution, especially now that we are in a democracy, to set up a think tank within the traditional institution to lobby our way into the constitution. We cannot sit in the palaces and expect that politicians will give that constitutional provision to traditional institution. It will not happen. Traditional rulers, like the Amenable of Abonema said, these are our children. What have we done to reach out to Senator Lawan, the Senate President? He has a traditional ruler in his domain. What have we done to reach out to Jaja Miller, who was expected to take a title, not for the passage on to glory of the Oba? And so we must set up a system to reach out to the hierarchy of the National Assembly to get these things done. In the area of protection of our customs and tradition, which is very key function we perform in our various communities, successive governments have failed to understand that you cannot tackle security matters without addressing the eroding values in our society. Traditional rulers are the best to harnessing the values of societies and aligning our people to be responsible citizens at the grassroots level. And so most of what we see, especially coming from even the security agencies, is more or less touching the surface, and not really addressing what is responsible for insecurity in this country. The family unit has collapsed significantly. The family unit has collapsed. Most mothers and fathers don't even know their children too well. The father is hustling for daily bread, the mother is hustling for daily bread. Children are left at the mercy of house helps. And when these children grow up and become deviant, we keep complaining. As a nation, we cannot continue to be microwaving solutions. We must look at these issues critically so that this country can make progress. And again, the guest speaker elaborately discussed the dysfunctions in terms of the perception of the institution by the people, by the government, and even the traditional rulers themselves. How do we perceive ourselves? How do the people perceive us? Today, a lot of traditional rulers are threatened. They are threatened. If you go to many domains today, you will not find traditional rulers in their domain. They have all run away from home because of insecurity. What is the level of protection offered by government to address some of these security challenges, especially to the institution? And we are normally expected to perform the magic at the local level. Without police, we have no control over the police. We have no control over the army, but we are expected to perform miracles to make sure our communities are safe. The worst is no security vote is given to traditional rulers as an enabler to perform this miracle. And when anything happens, the traditional ruler becomes the first victim. I can give an example. Just yesterday, 2 emirs were deposed in Zamfara State and a district head. 3 traditional rulers yesterday were deposed. The government of that state has not constituted any judicial panel of inquiry that found them wanting. Your Majesties, we have become endangered species. Something must be done. Thank you very much.